What is up, guys? Will Brooks here with another session of the Thoughts Out Loud experiment. This is session 67, I believe. I'm getting a little mixed up on the numbers. Got a weird week going on. I hope you guys are doing great. It is Wednesday morning here in Korea, and things are a little topsy-turvy this week. We're getting, got a few different pieces of content I'm trying to get posted, and it led to me actually missing Thoughts Out Loud yesterday. Monday, Thoughts Out Loud happened, but did not get uploaded. That's a weird one. That's normally not the case. So we're going to have some back dates. We got Friday's episode that needs to get uploaded. Got some back dates coming and different things going on that are strictly because of my lack of organization. But we're getting a little bit better. Still kind of new to this whole, to producing, creating this much content. So it's a bit of an adjustment. But it's no thing here. It's neither here nor there. We'll eventually get all that stuff out to you guys. I know I told you I was going to try to get some things recorded on Monday. You don't know that because Monday's episode did not post. But that didn't end up happening. We did some kind of, I was feeling a little under the weather, so I didn't even get to those videos. But I did do some planning. I did get some things done. Or I did get some organization or some prep done for those videos. So those are definitely coming. The office tour and different things like that. In fact, I've been writing down a lot of different thoughts, a lot of different ideas that I have for things that I don't want to do, that I don't want to cover in this loose, out of, just kind of winging it format of Thoughts Out Loud, this winging it platform of Thoughts Out Loud. What I do want to talk about today, though, is probably something I will revisit and come and probably talk about again and again because I think people need to hear it. During my conversation with my brother yesterday, because we talk, we don't get a chance to talk very much. So when we talk a lot and we cover a wide range of topics, and it's pretty interesting conversation. But sometimes it's a reminder that we are two different people from the same background. Even though we are from the same background, we're definitely two different people because we go two different ways about interacting with people in our lives and around us and things like that. So, which is fine, of course. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? Why would you just automatically be the same because you're from the same place and raised by the same person? You got different life experiences that lead you down different paths. One theme that came out this weekend, not only from my brother, from other people that I talked to, is that the idea of the company you keep, or the concept of the company you keep. And so I don't know. I actually go ahead and listen to a lot of podcasts and a lot of different entrepreneurs. I watch a lot of videos and watch a lot of entrepreneurs kind of share how they found success as an entrepreneur. And one of the things that's a general consensus across the board is you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And the first time I heard this quote, I was like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, because you hang out with these people all the time, so they in a way they kind of contribute to your personality as you contribute to theirs. And so I can see how you would be the average of them, like you're somewhere in between of those 5 people, or maybe even toward the top. But I don't think people realize how, or I think in some cases people don't realize how valid this is, or how important it is to properly, or to be selective about who you spend your time with, right? Like I hear people talking about, that my friend did this, my friend did that, and they're like, "What do you think? How do you think I should handle it? What do you think I should do?" And I'm like, I can't even relate. If I was hanging out with somebody at any point in time and they did something like that, they'd no longer be my friend. And I was talking to my sister about this yesterday. Shout out to Sharon. But I was talking to her about this yesterday, and we kind of came up on it, and she mentioned the similar things with her friends and things like that. Just like having relationships with guys with relationships that really aren't that great for her, and her friends, her trying to explain to her friend, like, I wouldn't even go down this path. Why are you even going down this path? And she said something that was pretty interesting. She said, I may have to love you from afar. And I think that's probably the key. Like, some people keep friends just because they've been friends for a long time. And it's like, yeah, you've been friends for a long time, but if they aren't contributing to your average, then you have to kind of step it up and and maybe just like cut down the amount of time you spend with them. So, and I don't know. I think I was talking about. I actually mentioned this in one of the episodes or one of the sessions previously, where some people are 5 minute people. You spend 5 minutes with them. Some people are like 5 day people. You can go on long trips with them, and you have everybody along in the middle, in between, along that spectrum. And just like you have to kind of look around and see who you're hanging around with, because it's kind of, in a way, not definitely, not 100%, but it could be reflective of who you are. And so another thing that I noticed that people do is they can look at all their friends and talk down about all their friends because they can see the flaws in their friends. So they can look at their friends and be like, oh no, he's dumb, he does this, and he's not doing nothing, he's not doing anything in his life, he's got no motivation, and this, things and that, like that. But if those are all your best friends, and that's what your opinion is of them, then you should probably look inward at yourself and say, okay, let me see what's really going on with me. Because self awareness is key. I think self awareness is highly underrated, highly undervalued by people, just all kinds of people, really. But another theme that I get, or another sense that I get, is some people will hang out with their friends. They'll talk down about their friends. They'll point out their flaws and things like that, and call them losers and things like that. But they won't pay attention to the fact, but they'll kind of come in and say, "But I'm better than all of them. Of all my friends, I am in the best situation. I'm the most intelligent, or I'm moving toward my goal. In my opinion, I'm the better among them." Well, if you ask your friends, if you ask them the same questions, they'll probably say the same thing about you, or they'll probably say something similar about themselves, that they are the best. So it's not really a concept of better or worse, but it's just a concept of who is along the trajectory of along properly along the trajectory to do what they want in life. Like, who is on the right path to doing what they want. And if you're the one that's closest to doing what you want, or that's on the right path, and everybody else is off on the wrong path, then you need to stop hanging out with them so much. Stop spending so much time with them. Not cut them off completely, but stop spending so much time with them and start spending time with people where they are on the same path, and other people who are on along the same lines. And so I know this kind of becomes a problem in certain areas, because you probably, like, if you're in, like, I don't know, if you're in San Francisco in freaking Silicon Valley and you want to do something tech, then you got those kind of people all around you. But if you're in, like, the sticks and you got nobody around you, then your options are limited. And that's what I was telling my sister about a friend. Like, sometimes you go with, relationships that aren't the best for you because your choices aren't all that great. You don't have that much of an option. You kind of your options are limited. But in that case, I would recommend people do what I've come to do. Like, I don't have a lot of people around me. I got some great people around me, but not all on the same type page, not all on the same trajectory that I want to be on. So even though these aren't real friendships or these aren't real relationships, I kind of jump on, like, social media. They are real relationships. You just haven't met in person. Like, the days when, people can go, like, if you wanted to get some, if you wanted to satisfy your sexual desires, you would go on, like, Tinder. You wouldn't have any problem with going on that, or other online dating sites, right? People have been doing it forever. So if you are lacking in your friendships and in, like, close personal relationships, or not really close personal relationships, that's a bad example. I would cut that out if this wasn't Thoughts Out Loud. But if you're lacking in useful or helpful, efficient relationships that kind of keep you in the same mind, or, like, keep you in, that are along the lines that you want to be along. I don't know how I'm going to word this. I don't know how I'm trying to word this, but people that you want to hang around that are doing things that you want to do, befriend them online. Yeah, you don't have the options around you in person, but befriend them online and spend a little time online. People on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, anyway, go ahead and befriend and become, interact with those people online. And there's probably a way to go about doing it to where you don't look weird and desperate, but figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, hang with people, surround yourself with people in groups, join Facebook groups and things like that, where people are talking about what you want to be about. And I think that is probably the best way to go about doing it if you happen to be in one of those situations where you don't have a lot of people, like-minded people around you. And I'll tell you what's really interesting is that if you get in those Facebook groups, a lot of times you'll find like people around you that you didn't know were there originally. How would you know? You weren't looking for them. You were spending time with people who weren't on the same trajectory that you would like to be on. So I don't know. If you're out there and you want to start your business and things like that, or you want to like pursue your own goals, your own entrepreneurial goals, and you're not hanging out with anybody that is on the same lines, or you're hanging out with people that talk about it and dream about it, but they don't take any action, then you need to probably reevaluate both the people around you and yourself, and reposition yourself in a place where you can kind of, where that success is kind of accepted, or that success is kind of expected, or that progress or something like that. People can kind of tell you what they're doing. They can share information. I mean, it's almost so obvious and so easy that it's too simple to even, it's, you could possibly overlook it. Um, so that's my recommendation to people who find themselves on an island. I mean, that's kind of why I made this, because sometimes I find myself on an island. But I'll jump in those groups. It's I've been feeling myself that I need to jump in those groups a lot more, and jump around those kind of people a lot more, and just interact with them to kind of see, to kind of make myself realize that I'm not alone, and what's going on. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably go ahead and make a list of all the entrepreneurship groups that I'm in, and I'll go ahead and leave that, probably not in the comments, but I'll share that with you guys in some way, shape, or form. I'll either come back in tomorrow's toll and point you to a link that I shared it in Facebook, or something along those lines. And that's all I got for today. Let me go ahead and get out of here. A lot of things getting uploaded. Sorry about the delays, guys. It's just things are kind of like up in the air. I feel like I've been juggling and everything's up in the air, and I gotta like position myself right to catch it all, you know. But but hey, this is fun. I'm enjoying myself, trying to figure out, getting all this figured out, and I'm trying to lead by example and just do, where I'm telling people, just do it, man, just do it, and then figure it out as you're doing it. So this is me figuring it out as I'm doing it. Give it another month and a half, man, and I'll have it like straight, for real. I don't know if I'm trying to convince you or trying to convince myself. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hope you guys had a great day. Let me know how your weekend went. Let me know what you got going on, because I am curious what you guys are doing and how you're going in your entrepreneurship pursuits and things like that. Go ahead and leave a comment. If you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you want to see more Thoughts Out Loud and more things from All Things Will, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, man. Facebook's got that bell. I don't understand why they do stuff to make it harder, like if you're new. Anyway, hit the bell. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'll see you guys in the next Thoughts Out Loud. Wilbrooks out. Do 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 do. I need music while I'm trying to find the stop button.